I can see too hard for you to understand it. Because Allah, He teach you, don't use your mind, haram. So now, let me make it easy, brother Egyptian. Very easy. What's the difference between you and statue?
Me and a rock? I'm alive.
How?
How?
What's the difference? I said, what's the difference between you and the statue?
I have
statue not alive, you are alive. What's the difference between you both?
I have a ruh, a spirit.
You have a spirit, right?
Yeah.
If I now create from the stone statue like a man.
Okay.
Right? Statue or idol like a man, like an Arab pagan, they used to do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what's the difference between that statue, Hubal or Baal or Lat or Uzza? What's the difference between Hubal and your Allah?
Allah isn't created.
The Arab pagan saying Hubal is created. I'm saying according his, not his job, his being. I'm not talking about his job. I'm not talking about his action. I'm not talking about his works.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not talking about his name. I'm talking specifically about his being.
Mm-hmm.
What's the difference between Hubal, Baal, and your Allah?
Allah is uncreated. Baal is created.
I'm not saying, man, try to focus, please, Habibi. Drink cup of water for you focusing. Drink cup of water.
Just make it more clear.
Read 1, 2, 3, and we will come back in. So now, Hubal, Baal, statue.
A statue, yeah. A
He's
rock.
not alive. He's not alive, right? Why? Because he doesn't have a spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Cool. Your Allah alive?
Yes.
He has a spirit?
When he refers to his spirit, he means angel Jibreel, yeah.
Man. I'm not talking about, I told you, we passed Jibreel.
I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to get me to say that Allah is a spirit, but we don't believe in that.
So your Allah, you said your Allah is alive, right?
Yes.
Your Allah same machine?
What?
Your Allah same as machine?
Same.
Or he has a spirit?
Allah is, we don't, he's not.
Your Allah is a machine or has a spirit?
We don't say that he's a spirit.
So your Allah alive using electric or he has a spirit?
We don't believe Allah has we don't believe Allah is a spirit. It's very simple.
Which means he alive because he has a battery.
No.
So how can he be alive? There's no power.
Okay, so I know what you're trying to say. You're trying to get me to say that Allah.
I'm not trying to say anything. I'm trying to get some answer from you.
Okay, I'll answer you. Can I explain?
So your Allah has a spirit?
So when it says a spirit, it doesn't mean like humans. It's not.
I'm not talking about. Look. I didn't say like a human. I didn't say like animals. I didn't saying like a tree. Did you heard me? I said that? No. I'm just asking, your Allah alive? Yes. You said yes. He has a spirit? You stuck here. We're still here. You stuck. Your Allah has a spirit? Logically, man. Use your brain.
Yeah, so what's
the difference? For example, why I said he is alive? For which reason?
Mm-hmm.
So we have also the machine. We can use it, and they can move. They can do a lot of stuff. They can drive. They can do a lot of things. And even they can make stuff, and they can create the stuff, the machine. But the machine is not alive, right?
Correct.
But the machine is moving. They have a power. They're using power, maybe electric, maybe battery, maybe gas, right?
Right.
So when we mentioning to alive, two types, human or animals, right? Or fruit, tree, right? So now we're talking about Allah, which means we are not talking about human. We are not talking about fruit or animals, right?
Okay.
Cool. So you said Allah alive. You didn't said Allah moving. Allah has a power. We said Allah alive, right? Cool. You're Allah alive, which means He's supposed to be have a spirit to be alive.
No.
Right?
No. That's where you have a misunderstanding.
So now, what's the difference between your Allah and Arab pagan Allah? Abdul Muttalib, he has Allah too. He worshipping his Allah in a cave too. And he's saying Allahu Akbar too.
Okay.
Do you want me to prove it from physical book?
I know they worshipped Allah.
Okay. So cool. So now Abdul Muttalib, grandfather of Muhammad, he's following religion of paganism. He's a pagan. He worshipping statue.
Yeah.
He worshipping idols. Right?
Right.
And he's saying, he's Allah alive too. What's the difference between your Allah and Abdul Muttalib Allah? Simple.
He worshipped Allah through a statue.
Who said that?
What do you mean? Who said
I
that?
will challenge you now. I will send you 2 lions. If you prove it to me, he worshipping Allah through statues. Abdul Muttalib, I'm saying. Abdul Muttalib, grandfather of Muhammad.
They worshipped idols, but they believed.
He worshipped idols.
Yeah, that's why Muhammad.
That idols, his name Allah.
No.
And he said Allahu Akbar too.
You just
and he nuzur aydan lahu.
You just said that the idol was named Baal.
A different name. You have a 364 idol worshipping.
Yeah, okay.
364 idols. You have a Hubal, you have a Baal, you have a Lat, you have a Uzza, you have a Manat, you have a lot.
Okay.
So now, what's the difference between Allah of Abdul Muttalib and your Allah?
I already told you.
What you told me? Come again.
Creation versus the creator. It's very simple.
Who said that? Who said that?
Do
you have a proof your Allah exists?
The creator doesn't depend on a spirit.
Do you have Abdul Muttalib? He has a proof his Allah exists. The people touching him, seeing him, talking with him. Do your Allah exist?
Of course.
Tell me about your Allah being.
Can you see and touch and feel the Father of the Trinity?
But we see the Son. However, who sees the Son, he sees the Father.
Your God died for 3 days.
We see the Son. Yeah, not my God that died.
He did.
The Spirit never die. The Spirit never die. You switch the topic. You are not smart. Even your Allah is not smart.
I'm showing you.
I will answer that question. Let me answer my question. I'm not circling like you. Why? Because I trust my faith. I choose it. But you circling, you have 1 hour. I recorded for you everything. I will download it on my YouTube channel.
Go ahead.
Trust me. But let me answer your question. First of all, Habibi, we are not believing the God is die. But we're saying spiritually. Why? Let me give you an example. First of all, who's supposed to be die? Adam. Because the God, when he talked with Adam, he commented to him, if you disobey me, you will be die. Right? The comment to the Adam. Adam's supposed to be die. Right? Not God. First point. So second point, the God Bible, John 4:24, he said the God is a spirit. Clear. And said nobody can see the God. Very clear, which means he's a spirit. But the Bible too, he said, the God sent his word, appeared in a human being. Why? Because the human being supposed to be die. Who died on a cross? The body. The body. But who raised it up? The spirit.
So what makes
now I will give you example to understand why we said the God. I will give you example. Okay. Don't interrupt at me. I will give you example, and you will convince now. You will understand it when I finish my point. Now, I'm coming. So now, who died on a cross? The body. Who raised up the body from the dead? The spirit. But Jesus Christ, he said, destroy this temple, and after 3 days I will raise it up.
So what makes the body? What makes the flesh?
All right. So now let me give you the example for your understanding. See, we have an answer for everything. For example, Egyptian Habibi, you as a human, physical, right? You have a physical body, right? You as a human physical body become police officer, which means you're wearing the clothes of police and you have a uniform, right?
Right.
If you die, we call police officer die, or we call the physical body die?
I guess it depends.
Depends. We call police officer die, man. What are you talking about? Right?
Huh? Okay, sure. What's your point?
We said police officer die, right?
Sure. Which means the uniform die, right? Okay.
The uniform die?
The uniform?
Yeah.
It's not alive. It can't die.
So uniform die?
The uniform can't die. It's not.
Man, I'm giving you an example now. The uniform die?
Did the uniform die?
Yeah.
I don't understand the analogy, but are you saying it does? Are you saying it didn't die?
So when we're saying police officer die, which means the government die?
No.
Why? Because government spiritual, right?
Okay.
Right? But who's die? Your physical body, right?
Yeah.
Spiritually, we said God is die. Same thing. You got it?
Now I would.
But now come again. Prove it to me your Allahs exist. Yalla. I answered your question. Now your turn. Prove to me your Allahs exist. Give me. No. Your turn. So now you have to give me your Allah being attribute if He is exist. Go ahead.
Okay, can I respond to your analogy?
So if your Allahs exist, can you tell me about your Allah being attribute?
In the analogy, then I'm no longer a police officer. Right?
See you circling? You didn't trust your religion. That's your problem. You didn't trust your Allah. That's your problem. Look, when you change the topic and you ask me about Jesus, directly I answer you. Why? Because I trust my faith.
I asked you if you...
And the topic about your Allah. And you change it. I said, no problem, I will answer your question. And we spend the time. and I answered your question. And everybody in comment understand the answer and the example. But can you also give me answer and example same as I did? Go ahead.
Yeah, no problem. I got you.
Yalla.
All right. So in Islam, we believe in one God. Qul huwallahu ahad, just one. We don't believe in that God needs a spirit to live.
Do you understand my